So the 4Runner needs some maintenance, desperately. Okay, we need to do full fluid changes. We need to do brakes especially. I should have been able to screech these tires coming in, and I did not. So let's get going on that. So I'm talking maintenance, I'm talking like we're going engine oil, transmission oil, rear end and transfer case oil. We're also doing brake fluid, maybe, more oil. And we also have these, which I got from Detroit Axel, some pads and rotors. Drilled in sliders, of course, because you know, racy. Also got a little more something sitting on that rack for it, considering the brakes. You'll see all of it, so let's get to work. So we're gonna real quick go take it for a drive so I can kind of give you all an idea of how bad the braking is now. So like right now, slam it all the way down. Oh, I actually slammed it. Y'all couldn't tell already, these are loud too. They're freaking squeaking. Nice and squeaky. So yeah, if you couldn't tell, that's very annoying, not just for me, but anybody out on the road driving or just walking. And I'm tired of being that guy who comes in the squeakiest brakes. So yeah, but we're kind of warmed up. It's a terrible limiter. Come here. Jeez. Done. Okay, so got this wheel pulled off and it's pretty much fine. I mean, there's one little line in there, but pulled this one off. And I'm pretty sure that's probably why it's squeaking so much. It's not good, that's for sure. Now we gotta push these pins out. I'd probably just do it by hand, I don't even need the hammer. Yep. Boink. Pin out. It's pretty gross, that's for sure. The second one, yep, just with my hands. And don't care about the calipers. So. Woo! That one still had barely any life to it. But this one, there's nothing left on there. Okay, now, take the caliper off. I gotta remove this bracket. Now I should be able to, I still can't. Bruh. Okay, third time's the charm. Just grab the right tools maybe. Off with that rotor. Back side looks pretty good. Yeah, that front side's not looking too hot though. Oh, this is actually not bad. I was like, huh, with the axles being still connected, I feel like it'd be inefficient. I guess not. Okay, so old ones are now off, completely off. This pad, done for. This one, maybe just a little bit of life, but done for. Done for. Done for. This is probably, actually now I'm looking at this, is probably one of the most life. But here we have the new stuff. Other calipers in there, but yeah, it's a lot more meat than that.
But I just saw that the things on that one are gone. Let's see, one of these ones are gone. This one obviously is pretty much gone as well. It's the only one that survived. But yeah, new calipers, new pads, even got some, I even have some new hardware in here too. A little bit of grease. And we got the caliper back on. You know, probably wondering, why are you back on? You didn't put the stuff back on. That's because of this. We have some caliper paint, some red stuff. And what we're going to sand those down some, clean them up, and then spray some of this onto those. Hopefully they'll look cooler. That's completely out. Oh, okay. Let's get some sanding done.
Very loud.
Okay, so just slide those back up there. So now calipers are all nice and shiny, at least on the front part here, and sanded down. Same thing with the driver's one. And but I ran out of brake clean, so we got some more. Yay! Don't tell my brother I'm using this truck. Dang it. Got brake clean, and it's raining, of course. Yay. Missed it. Holy crap. A bunch of water just flew out of that trailer. So, yeah, oh my gosh, it's getting harder. I had to rush back home, freaking Lightning McQueen style, because Dad's truck needs to be back in. 4Runner, oh yeah, is out there. I'm just gonna leave it as is for right now.
It's wet. I'm getting really.
I am completely soaked. Like, my shoes especially, oh my gosh. Back is, oh, I can wring it. I can probably wring it out. Maybe not. Okay, so it's the next day, and I've already got the 4Runner lifted up, wheels off, and I've kind of completed with cleaning these, and I've gone with taping them, and I'm probably going to just like take a piece of cardboard and like kind of move it around, cover up what I don't want overspray on. But yeah, let's get to painting. Stuff sprays thick. And that's the first coat. We'll give that 10 minutes. I'm gonna do the other side real quick. All right, it's the third and final coat. Now to wait for this to all dry.
So while we wait for that paint to dry, I thought I might as well show off the sim rig that I've been doing to fill that space of not being able to drift the Mustang yet, which I've been dying to do, but I can't, so I've just been filling it with on here. So I'm just going to be going over the rig itself. I'll list down like the PC specs and the monitor and this stuff I have here. This is just mainly what I've done to this sim rig here and all that. So what I have here is a G920 Logitech. I know there's probably going to be someone who's like, oh, why don't you get the G92, whatever. That's because when I got this, we were playing on the Xbox, and that Xbox crapped it out a long time ago. Now I'm sure one of the most obvious differences, considering the fact that this was the original wheel that was on here, is the fact that I have the Mustang wheel on here. And this is why I went with the quick disconnect wheel, because then I could switch this between the Mustang and the virtual Mustang. And I did that by 3D printing one of these adapters. So in like a turn of events, because I switched from playing CarX Drift Racing to Assetto Corsa, because of kind of that realistic factor, because this is more of like a training factor rather than just for fun. That came with the fact that I wanted to play No Hesi too. But the issue was every time I wanted to do that and switch from drifting to that, I had to take this adapter off, put the old wheel on, and then keep switching back and forth. So that came to where these got printed, these 3D printed, which extend the pedal shifters. And that way, I can still use the pedal shifters and I want to keep switching between the two. Now another thing, I'm sure y'all can tell, I don't have any sort of like racing seat. I might at some point make use of the old Mustang seat, but for now this works because I don't know how to explain it, but I like that feel of being more in the car, kind of, being leaned back and stuff, and like that's kind of how I sit in the Mustang and even the 4Runner. Granted, that 4Runner is partly because I can't fit properly. Now this here is a mod that you don't see people do, actually I've never seen anybody do, but I flipped these pedals because I was like, well, I don't think I'm ever going to get any sort of pedal box in a car, so to make it more realistic, I've switched it, you know, so that's more like a swing, you know, like your typical pedals. And I was actually really surprised at how well this worked, because I literally just took these two outer pedals and basically just flipped the units, and of course flipped around the pedals so they're facing the right way. And then this plate, which was originally sitting here flat, I bolted up the back and then it just rests on top. And you'd think that I'd end up keep pushing it off, but it actually don't. But it's actually really nice because it's the accurate feeling and all that. Now one that you guys can't really see at all because it's inside the pedal unit is with the brake pedal. People usually, there's a rubber piece in there and people will cut them down so it's a much shorter stop. And I just got rid of mine completely because I was like, well, I don't really need that. It's a strong pedal already, so yeah. You can't see it probably at all, but I've had to put a wire here just to kind of support this, because when I'm shifting, I don't know if I just shift that aggressively, but this plate will bend. This is a very, very cheap stand. Like, it was like 70 bucks when I got it, and I was on discount, but still, it was like the cheapest I could find that wasn't like dinky and all that and weird. Okay, so we're back out in the garage and looking at these. They're not like it's not the greatest finish. I mean, there's some spots here that are a little iffy and stuff, and I definitely might have got some overspray, but yeah, it's about time to finally get this all put back together. Finally have some good front brakes. AC's on there. Now the pins, which also slides right in. Yes, I did clean the pins. And now I don't know if the last time I did these, it didn't come with these, but I don't remember having that last time. But this may or may not help keep them from squeaking in any sort of way. So after a little bit of quick research, figured out this plate here is actually supposed to be the other way around. So everything's installed now. Rotor's on, caliper's on. Unfortunately, in the process of trying to clamp the thing so that I can get the pads in, I really screwed that up. Probably just touched that up. I ended up doing it on the driver's side too, but I put it all together, and this clip thing, I'm not entirely sure how it's supposed to go. I don't even know if it's supposed to be here, but I put it there, and that seems to be working. If it falls off, it falls off. All that's put back together. Now, get the wheels back on, and we can move on to the next stuff. Now, one thing I am gonna do while I'm at it
I'm gonna rotate these tires because I have yet to rotate them. So these tires are still that new. There's still all a bunch of these little nubs on the side. I'll save them for a little snack later. Onto the fluid changes. We'll go through this fairly quickly, but yeah. Almost forgot to open this up. I didn't mean to drop it in there. I kind of wipe the area down. So, this stuff is pretty dark. It was definitely about time for new stuff, but we're gonna let that finish draining. And okay, so got these little rubber seals, or plastic, they're kind of more of, but on the bolt. And now put that back up into there. Snug it up. Nice. Okay, now it's onto the oil filter. Start by removing this. That pin as well. Here we go, I got my phone light. But yeah, you can kind of see the bottom, or like the top, or whatever you call it, of the filter. So you, versus the guy she told you not to worry about. Very long extension, but very much necessary to be able to reach the oil filter way in there. So yeah, slide that way in there. And somehow this filter is already like kind of loose, honestly. Do not cause a mess. Should be all the oil out. Come here, filter. All right, got our new Canon filter. Looking nice, looking nice. Let me just, okay. And now, fish that in there. Somehow make sure it makes it on there. Oh wow, that was actually a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be. So long, old Wix filter. You served me well. Get this. There it is. There we are. Alright, there's a whole 5 quarts there. Quart here. Now back on with the oil fill. Okay. Now, I do wish this had oil pressure thing, because no idea what oil pressure this thing's at, so yeah. Two plates put back on that's been off for like years. First I had to source some hardware. Alright, after what's probably been like 2 years, skid plates are finally back on. I'm just have to end the video here for right now. It's pretty much the same process for everything else, you know. Take the fill plug out, take the drain plug out, empty the fluid, fill it back up with new. But I'm running out of time. Need to get this video out to you guys. So yeah, I'm gonna continue doing this, and I'll see you on the next video.